afternoon. My name is Thomas Holver. I'm a senior at SUNY Brockport, studying to be a physical education teacher with a minor in adaptive physical education.
My name is Michael Roach. I am also a senior at SUNY Brockport in the physical education major with a minor in adaptive phys ed.
And today we're going to teach you how to play goalball. Goalball is a great sport that can be included in the general physical education setting or the recreational setting that promotes an inclusive environment for all learners. In an effort to relieve the rehabilitation process for veterans who were visually impaired during World War II, goalball was created. In 1946, specialists from Austria and Germany had designed such game. It wasn't until 1972 where goalball had made an introduction into the Paralympics Games as a demonstration sport. Based on its ever-growing success and fame, goalball was officially added to the Paralympics in Canada in 1976. Various teams from countries such as Finland, Denmark, and the United States of America had become big names in competition. It wasn't until 1984 where women had made their move in the Paralympic Games of goalball. Since then, the United States of America had seen 5 world championships from the men's team and 8 from the women's.
The basic rules of goalball include there are 3 players on a team on a court at each time. There are 2 12-minute halves separated by a 3-minute break. Players must not hold the ball for more than 10 seconds and must hit the high ball line before crossing the goal line to be valid. And players must wear eye shades at all times. A penalty occurs when a player holds the ball for longer than 10 seconds. A player throws too many consecutive shots, and when a player touches their eye shades without permission from the official. When the penalty occurs, the guilty player must defend the entire court by themselves.
Next, let's talk about the equipment used in goalball that can help you become a successful instructor. First are eye shades. Eye shades are an important part of the game and create an inclusive learning environment. Using eye shades such as blacked out ski goggles or other forms of vision impairing gear can better help students understand goalball gameplay, begin to understand the importance of other senses used, and better connect with their peers with visual impairments through simulation. Teachers can get creative in their eye shade modifications if unable to get blacked out ski goggles or other forms of vision impairing gear. Next are goalballs. Of course, this is a very important piece of equipment, but modifications can be used if unable to purchase an official goalball or just lack funding. This 2.8-pound piece of equipment containing bells helps participants locate the position of the ball and defend, pass, or shoot the goalball. Smaller goalballs are out there for younger students as well. Places to purchase a goalball are directly at USABA's website, along with other goalball items for about $80. Or at online vendors such as Independent Living Aids for about $54. If unable to purchase or locate a goalball, other pieces of equipment can be used as substitutes such as basketballs, soccer balls, or a light medicine ball will work, if wrapped in a plastic bag of some sort, to create sound. Next pieces of equipment are elbow and arm pads. These will help tremendously in inviting students to participate and feel more comfortable in doing so. It's normally played on a hard surface. Elbow and knee pads allow the participant to block the incoming goalball and not get so banged up. Students will feel more at ease in trying to lay out or defend a goalball, which will help maximize participation. Another important piece of equipment is rope, to create the boundaries and for participants to locate position. Using a string 0.03 of a meter in diameter can be purchased at your local hardware store and easily placed on most surfaces for use. You'll see here court diagram which displays the appropriate dimensions for an official goalball court, but can be modified accordingly depending on space, age of students, ability level, or number of participants. Just make sure to use a removable adhesive that does not damage the court of play being used. Lastly are nets. These are not mandatory, but depending on budget, resources, or creativity, adequate nets can be used to create a practical learning environment. If nets are not an option, spotters can be used to track out-of-bounds goal balls and continue gameplay. Now moving forward to teaching strategies and tasks for goalball. First, we have partner passing. This is a beginner passing drill in which students can start on their knees and progress higher and learn the fundamentals of passing and feel the weight of a goal ball. Students can start closer and move their way back depending on skill level and success. Next is partner shooting. Students will simulate shooting a goal ball to their partner.
One activity you can have students do is a one-on-one drill with a partner. This allows for the students to roll and block the goal ball to practice for competition. You can have students start without wearing blindfolds, so they get used to how the ball rolls and or how to block the ball. A progression off of the first drill is to have students put on blindfolds and continue the one-on-one blocking and rolling drill. This gives students some experience with the blindfolds and allows them to practice a little more in depth of how the game is played. One thing I would recommend is to have a spotter on each end behind the goal in case the ball goes off target. Next thing that you could have students work on is clapping their hands so that their partner knows where to roll the ball. Now in competition this is not allowed to happen, but for practice purposes it's good for the students to work on their accuracy when they are rolling the ball. And as seen in the video, like I said before, it's important to have a spotter in case the ball goes off target so we can maximize participation for the students. This next video is a shooting drill that we came up with. One student will have the ball and they can elect to kneel or stand to their preference and shoot the ball at the net that their partner is clapping at. This allows for the students to be accurate and allows them to practice their shooting. Now in real goalball, there is one giant net. However, in this drill, we have 3 small nets to allow for precision and in-depth accuracy. This next activity is a quick little passing drill. One student will block the shot, then pass to their left or right depending on their class, where their classmate is located. Then that player who receives the pass can either A, shoot it, or B, pass it back to their other teammates. Lisa Chazowski is a 5-time Paralympian and a 4-time Paralympic medalist. She has played in each of the games since 2000. Her teammates look up to her due to her experience, her leadership skills, and her support while her teammates are on the court. Originally, Lisa was a Paralympic athlete in track and field, but went on to play goalball as well. She's a very versatile athlete with great knowledge of both sports.
As for our male goalball role model, we have Joe Hamilton. Joe is a 2-time Paralympian competing in Sydney 2000 Paralympic Games and Rio 2016 Paralympic Games, where him and Team USA had achieved silver. As for World Championship experience, his most recent participation is in 2014, where Joe and team had achieved bronze. As an infant, Hamilton had a corneal transplant after being exposed to the rubella virus in the womb. The transplant restored partial sight to his left eye, but unfortunately in a snowboarding accident at age 12, Joe was left totally blind. Joe had attended a sports education camp hosted by the U.S. Association of Blind Athletes at Western Michigan, where Joe had developed and been introduced to the great game of goalball. Since then, Joe has been playing goalball and uses his motto, "Just keep playing goalball." Now let's go over a goalball recap. Promoting an inclusive learning environment in physical education starts with implementing adapted sports and activities to accommodate to various learners. Goalball is a perfect adapted sport that would cater to all levels of learners and students' interests. It is also budget-friendly for all school districts. Teaching strategy should include a whole instruction that goes over goalball as a whole, breaks the sport into parts for students learning various tasks, and played in a game-like scenario. A unique way for students to implement this is to do a whole unit of goalball that ends in an Olympic-style play where students choose their teams, which can be different countries, research that country, bring in Olympic pride, and culminate to a Paralympic ceremony of gameplay. Make sure to plan appropriately using universal design, critical thinking, and make PE fun for all.